Oh, Neves, you doing okay?
Yeah.
Get a good workout at least?
Workout? Dude, I took the meanest shit of my life.
Welcome back to the Real Talk Podcast, episode 75.
Yep.
I'm your host, Nathan, and I'm joined by the man himself, Matthew Neves, to my left.
Thank you.
And today, we have a very exciting episode.
Oh, yeah.
Neves and I just left the theater, and we watched Creed 3.
Yeah, man.
Wow.
Oh, man. I'm fucking amped just talking about this movie, man. I'm so excited.
My expectations were extremely high and somehow were exceeded by this movie. I think it's an amazing entry in the franchise.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. As a fan of this franchise since day one, it's so refreshing to see the 9th installment in the Rocky Creed franchise, and they still do new shit. They still do different things, and the drama hits harder and harder. And
How many franchises can you name that are on a 9th installment and are still doing great stuff and adding value to the IP and not just, just using it for everything, like for nostalgia and whatever?
Oh, exactly. I think I even told you on the ride here was like Creed. The first Creed film came out the same year as Force Awakens, Star Wars, and look at how both franchises handled their IPs and their characters. It's like sometimes simple is better, and Creed demonstrated that so well that we're in the 3rd installment and it's still emotional.
It's unreal. And that's what, and I think with a IP like Creed, it's even harder because audience knows what they're about to watch. You kind of know what you expect when you put on a Rocky movie.
Right.
Even if you haven't seen it. You know there's going to be this conflict, and then there's going to be build up to this fight.
Mm-hmm.
And you think, man, they do that 9 times. How the hell are they doing new stuff? They are. It's amazing.
It's great. Shout out to Michael B. Jordan for directing, acting in this film. Like, seriously, man, that's a lot of fucking work. And I think it contrasts very well with what Stallone used to do with the sequels, because I think starting at Rocky 2, he directed them. Like Rocky 2, 3, 4, and 6. That was all him, man. And Michael B. Jordan probably saw that and was just like, I want to do my own thing. And it really does show, because this is so distinct from the other Creed films.
Michael B. Jordan is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
This is not going to be the last film you see him direct.
No.
Probably not even he's probably going to direct another one in the franchise. Never mind outside of the franchise. But
Yeah.
I think he's got a future as a director. I think this just puts him, I mean, he was already an A-list actor, but
Yeah.
I think this puts him like
No, absolutely.
up there.
I totally agree. Because, like, that's the thing, too. Even in the theater. This is our first time watching a movie in the theaters together.
Yes.
Creed 3, what a way to start off. There were even fucking kids, like, during the training montage. I saw one kid, he was like, like, I saw that. And I
You
was
see
just
like the raw excitement because even as an adult watching you still feel that like after you leave the theater you want to do some fucking push-ups or something. Like,
oh, absolutely.
the movies just move you and motivate you.
Yeah. That's, like you said, it's a simple story, but it's where the drama comes in. It really hits home for me. I love all these characters. Like, oh my gosh. Going from Creed 1 to the 3rd installment in this franchise, you see such a great evolution for each character and their arcs.
Yep.
It's,
And without having the crutch of Stallone.
yeah. I mean, I guess we can talk about Rocky's absence in this film
Yeah.
briefly. What if, how did you feel about it personally?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think this movie needed Stallone.
Yeah.
I really don't see where Stallone would make it better. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
This just seemed like this was a Creed movie. This was his conflict.
Yeah.
This was not like about his dad. This was about him, his life.
Yeah.
And for that reason, I think Stallone didn't need to be in it.
It probably would have felt repetitive from the previous 2 Creed films.
Yeah,
of bringing
yeah.
back the past. This handles bringing back the past differently. It's way more personal, way more heartfelt in that regard.
And we got the bringing back the past,
Yeah.
and we got it right. Creed 1, I think, is a near perfect film. I love it. So we got that already. Like, I don't think we need it over and over again.
Yeah, that's fair. Because That does come into play. Sorry, I'm turning into a fucking Porky Pig from Looney Tunes, man. That's all, folks.
That's awful.
But what I really liked about the third installment of Creed 3 was the introduction of Damien, played by
Damien.
Jonathan Majors, one of the best actors working today. He was in that shitty Ant-Man film, which I'll never watch, but I'm glad he's getting work. And Creed 3, he puts in his all.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I've seen it off the top of my head. I don't think I've seen a Jonathan Majors film before this.
Okay.
So again, I'm not gonna watch that shitty Ant-Man film either.
No.
But he is the standout performance in this film, in my opinion.
Yeah, man.
He absolutely kills it. He plays this character who you know, there's layers to him. It's not just like this one-dimensional villain character that Creed needs to beat up. It's like it's deep because they have a past together, and he had just comes out of prison.
Yeah.
They play it so well.
Absolutely. And before we talk more about it, I guess we could call it spoilers now. We're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
spoil the shit out of
We're
this
spoiling
film.
this film. If you haven't seen
Yeah.
it, what the hell are you doing?
Exactly.
Go to Cineplex. Actually, first of all, let me go down.
Oh, you're gonna shit on Cineplex now.
Don't go to Cineplex. Any of our viewers in Canada,
Yeah.
I just learned about some shit called landmark cinemas. I lived in Toronto my whole life.
Yep.
We ain't got no landmark cinemas. So I went over to landmark cinemas with Neves,
Yeah.
and I'm like, damn, Neves, you got us the VIP tickets, bro? Like these chair was reclining. I'm
Yeah.
kicking back. I'm loving it. I'm like, damn, Neves, wait, all the seats are like this? He's like, yeah, this is landmark. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm never going to Cineplex again. Fuck you, Cineplex. Get your shit together. We need a landmark cinemas in Toronto, please.
Get yourself a recliner seat. Movie theaters. That's the best investment.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. It was one of the best movie experiences. It felt like I was in the VIP, but even better.
Yeah.
And it was regular price admission.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing too. You can buy beer. You can buy drinks there.
Oh, so
yeah,
it's like
alcohol too. You can literally just do VIP without the VIP price. Sorry, Cineplex.
Sorry,
Had to call
Cineplex.
you out, guys.
I had to go on that rant because that Landmark Cinemas experience was life changing, and I'm definitely gonna be watching a lot of movies up here.
Glad you enjoyed it, man. Holy shit.
Anyway, sidetrack. Where were we? Where were we on right now?
We were talking about how awesome Jonathan Majors was.
Yes.
His character, and the twist being that he wanted to be the heavyweight champion so badly that he was willing to do anything for it. Like some pretty messed up shit. And Adonis finds out. And it's just kind of like, dude, what the fuck? I thought we were bros and stuff.
And
He's
he
like,
plays it so humble in the beginning.
yes, that's what I like about it. He's very subtle with every moment
He
in his
plays it
character.
like this dude who just got out of jail and is
Yeah.
like getting used to like, you know, life outside, and he's very humble, and you could tell he's very like a routine guy by the way he lives.
Yeah.
And then you realize he's kind of putting on like a
show.
and he's
Yeah.
trying to he's finessing Adonis into like getting him this fight.
Yeah. I love his shit talking too, because that's when you turn it. He turns his character at that moment when he wins the fight, and Adonis like calls him out. He's like, yeah, I don't fucking care. I'm gonna do this now. I don't need your help anymore. And it's so great because we've seen the boxers who do shit talking and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, obviously like Apollo Creed had that, but he had that likeness to it.
Yeah.
So how do you turn that? It's like, well, they did Mr. T. They made the shit talker, but really shit talker, you know? Drago was no nonsense, silent. And then you get to this character, Damien, where he's such a great character because of how layered he is.
Amazing.
Each moment I enjoyed from his
I'm going to
character.
go ahead and say right now he's easily the best Creed opponent
Yes.
that of this whole trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Does not compare. Drago does not compare.
Victor Drago,
Victor Drago.
is only memorable because of his last name. Like literally. Like there's only that history where it's like, well, if you haven't seen Rocky 4 and you don't know the franchise, then it's like, okay, it's just some big Russian meathead. But like even the first Creed, I don't even remember the
What was
guy's
the guy's name? He was all right. He was cool.
He wasn't terrible, but he was like very realistic in how boxers would handle it.
Yeah.
It's like the fighter in Rocky 6. Like you don't know his name, but it's like, well, he's the fighter.
Yeah.
There wasn't really much drama in Creed 1 and 2 with like the opponent character.
Right. It was just like, this is the bad guy. This is the guy that Creed needs to get through.
Exactly.
Where here it's like, this is the bad guy. This is the guy Creed needs to get through. But also, this is the this is what Creed needs to do to like close this like trauma from his past.
Yeah.
And that's what adds this amazing layer to this film.
Mhm.
And I think really puts it pretty high in my ranking of
Absolutely.
certainly up there with Creed 1. It's hard to say a film's going to be a Creed entry is going to be better than Creed 1
Yeah.
because of the way they use the past and you know the Apollo Creed setup.
Another thing that Michael B. Jordan does that no other film in this franchise has done is direct fight scenes like this. We got to get
Whoa.
into that because
From the first fight,
holy shit.
you know something's different. The first fight, you get Michael B. Jordan. He's fighting. He's taking hits, but then the camera will like quick laser focus
Yeah.
on like his body, the opponent's body, and it's like, oh, this is like it feels like an anime.
Mhm. Yeah, that's the thing that he said in an interview is like, I want to direct these fights like an anime, and
And it
I'm going to
shows.
shoot this shit in IMAX. And then it just happened. And it's like, I love when you get that much creativity and you're allowed to do whatever you want with the scene. And it looks, that's the thing I like about each Creed film is that each direction takes it different. The cinematography is different in each one, but feels consistent from the franchise perspective, which I love. This is probably my favorite of the fights in any Rocky movie.
It's the best fights, period.
Yeah. The way it's directed, the visuals, it's so distinct.
And we get 3.
Yeah, we do.
We get 3, all really good. None better than the final, where they're in Dodger Stadium. It's like larger than life.
Yeah.
And when Adonis Creed is kind of getting his ass whipped and he needs to lock in, then all of a sudden the fans are gone.
Yeah.
And it's dark. And it feels like an anime. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
They get the jail cell, they get the bag, they get all
I
that
like
shit.
it. They didn't go realistic. We've seen
No.
that before. We've
Yeah.
seen them try to do like the like as if you're watching a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And like but Rocky Balboa. does a
Rocky
good job
Balboa
of
did the
that.
pay-per-view, and I think Creed slightly did it at times.
Yes. And this one doesn't do that. And I didn't need that. This is
No.
a movie.
Yeah. And that's the thing too. It's like the style over substance argument. I get it where it comes from like, okay, you watch Rocky 3 and 4 and it's like I love those fights, but Stallone ain't defending shit, man.
Right.
His face is a punching bag.
Yeah.
Hit over hit. At least the Creed films are like, we can do style, but we're going to make it look like they're fucking boxing.
I think it's some of those Rocky films, the things that hold up the least are some of the fights. Sometimes I'm just like, these are a little bit ridiculous.
It's like they punch and then it's like not even contact. It's like, "Ugh," and like the punches sound like gunshots, which I love, but let's be honest.
In this film, though, sound design,
Yes.
A1. Punches sound like they're hitting. Like at times when Michael B. Jordan takes a big hit, you like almost like gasp, like
Yeah.
as if you're watching him take a real big hit, like you're watching a pay-per-view.
Oh,
And that really impressed me. Fights all looked super real.
Dude, the fucking moment when it's like slow motion, they both punch their faces and stuff. That was like, oh, that's what I should
And
have.
then that's when the fans all come back and they're just
Yeah.
out of that daze. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, because what was it? Rocky 2 had that same shit with Apollo and Rocky. They both punched at the same time and both knocked out. But it was
Yes.
so like it was made in the 70s, so they couldn't do the effects like they do now. And that's what I wanted to see in Rocky 2 was that fucking ooh,
They did it right.
the sweat. It's like you could see every fucking particle when he gets hit in the stomach. And
Visually, wow. The
Damn.
fights are the best. Like the
Yeah.
best, not only the best in the Rocky franchise, the best of any fighting movie I've ever seen.
yeah,
Ever seen.
it took the whole sports boxing genre to a whole new level, I think.
100%.
I'm so glad. And to top it all off, not only are the boxing scenes great, dude, the drama, the emotional part. I didn't expect Marianne Creed to pass away in this film.
Man, I
That
wasn't
last
ready for
scene.
that either. I was not ready for that
Damn.
either.
Yeah.
And it happens so quickly.
Yeah.
It's like they mentioned that she had a stroke
Yeah.
in the past, and then all of a sudden she's having another stroke, and it's time to say goodbye. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
Yeah. They handled it so well with these like character moments that it's just kind of like I loved it. Like Creed 2, I remember moments in Creed 2 when like their daughter's born and they find out that she can't hear and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's hard hitting shit. But then when you get to the third Creed film, they're all speaking sign language and it's so nice. It's so
heartwarming. It's
Yes.
nice. I love the sign language aspect of it. And I
Yeah.
like how they put a lot of it in the film.
absolutely. I feel like that makes it more distinct, not only the family relationship, but just Adonis and Bianca's relationship too. It's different from Adrian and Rocky's, and I like that.
Yeah.
Because I was worried about that in the first Creed film. I was like, oh no, are they just gonna copy and paste that shit? It's like, no, it's completely different, and I love that.
Yeah, they didn't use her like, hearing impairment to like as a way to get out of showing the family dynamic. They still
Yes.
show the family dynamic as if it was, like any other family,
Yeah.
but they show it with the ASL and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's great. I love when films do that because it's like that's the thing about action films, sports films, and all those types of genres is like my favorite moments are when you do these scenes, when you
Yeah.
have these character moments. That's why I give a shit at the end when Damien and Adonis are fighting. If it was just some meathead who's like, I'm gonna fight you. I'm like Mr. T, but worse. And Adonis like, okay, who fucking cares? I'm gonna knock you out. But it's like those moments when they're kids. And there's like, we're just kids, man. It's like, it's not your fault, dude. Dude, I'm so glad they added that scene too in the locker room.
Me too.
Fuck, man.
Me too. It was necessary. And you think with all the bad blood, I was like, oh, I don't know if they're going to have one of those scenes. I thought it was like, once he beats him, it's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that they had that locker room scene and they kind of really understood that they were just kids
Yeah,
when
man.
that stuff happened. And it's not who you are as an adult or anything.
Because I remember Creed 2, they had a deleted scene with Drago and Adonis in the locker room too.
Really?
Yes. And it's like Adonis making amends or whatever with him. I think this version is way better because the
'Cause
character is way more interesting.
You care way more.
Yeah, it's like in the context of the Creed 2 deleted scene, it's like we as fans are aware of it because, oh yeah, the sons are fighting and stuff. But from a character standpoint, it's like, what the, okay. Like, yeah, he fought him, but it's more Adonis's personal shit.
Exactly.
He's got to go his way and Victor's got to go his way. So, yeah, dude, Creed 3. I got to mention this real quick. The first episode of this podcast, I had a theory, had a big ass theory. I didn't even tell you yet that Creed 3 was going to set up this fight between Adonis and a fighter, Damien. I didn't know the character's name at the time. I just knew he was in it. So I was thinking, what if the twist was like, do you ever watch the movie Warrior with Joel Edgerton and Tom Hardy?
I don't
They
think
play
I've seen
brothers that fight in MMA. And
that. Oh, no, I haven't seen that
my
movie.
theory in Creed 3 was you find out that this character was the older brother of Apollo that just was even more of a bastard son to him. And that was the twist. And that's why Marianne Creed didn't want to interact with him at all because he was bad blood. And that's when the moment where it's like, we got to stand together and stuff. That was my theory. And if that scene ended like a Warrior did, I would have been in tears.
Yeah.
Because of how fucking emotional. In all respect, this movie kind of gives off that vibe. It's like we were like brothers. It's like
Yeah,
very,
they were like very like close friends, like
Yeah.
brothers. Yeah, in that sense.
Jonathan Majors plays the older fighter, even though he's like 3 years younger than Michael B. Jordan. I'm sure. Okay.
He's just got an old face. I don't know what to say. Bro's just kind of got an old face.
Yo, he's ripped though. He's fucking
Oh.
jacked.
The shape that both Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors are in this film, I don't know how Michael B. Jordan found time to get in this kind of shape because it makes him look small. Like Creed 1, he
yeah.
looks small in comparison.
Yeah.
He's directing. He's getting in shape. Like, I don't know how he did it, but
Every Creed film he
Wow.
does, he's got to get bigger and bigger. That's
Bigger
like
and
what
bigger.
Stallone had to do. It's like by Rocky 4, he looks like a fucking like super soldier. It's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
and Jonathan Majors was just looking
Yeah.
different out there.
Damn, man. Talking more about the Rocky films, I'm curious what your ranking of them would be because of the fact that we just saw Creed 3.
So where does Creed 3 land in
Yeah.
these 9 films?
Fuck, man. I think I got my list.
Well, number 1 is always going to be Rocky 1.
Right.
Revolutionary film.
Mhm.
Changed film for us. Changed sports movies forever, right?
Yes.
Number 2 is going to be... Man.
Come on.
So many good ones. Can you do your list first?
I'll do my list. I've been watching these films
I should have thought about
since
this
I was a
bit
little
more
kid.
First.
And I think I know where I'm gonna rank the films.
You got your list on Letterboxd?
Yeah, man.
I like it.
Yo, shout out to Letterbox. I'm able to organize my shit.
I've started using
with these
Letterboxd now
movies.
recently. Every movie I've been watching, I've been logging it, and I'm having a lot of fun.
We gotta follow each other, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
Fucking tell me. But anyways, my Rocky ranking would be this. The first one, obviously, in my opinion, one of the best films I've ever seen. Then we get into Creed.
Wow.
I feel like Creed is that close second
Yeah,
because
I'm
it
gonna have to
hits really hard. As a film, beautifully done. Rocky Balboa would be third place because I just love Stallone's performance. That movie elevates just from him being in it.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And then I would put Creed 3. I think it's the best Creed sequel that we've gotten so far. It's going to be really hard to top it. And then I would
agree.
say Rocky 2, Creed 2, Rocky 4, Rocky 3, and obviously Rocky 5 being the black sheep of the franchise. That's how I would rank.
Your list is very close to mine. I
Yeah.
think I got a real soft spot for Rocky 4. I might put
Yeah.
it over Creed 2. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
It's the original Drago.
I know, but there is so much more drama in Creed 2.
There is.
Like-
But I think it's mostly in the nostalgia talking.
Fair enough.
That might be what I switch, but
Yeah.
I think your top 3 of Rocky, Creed, Balboa, and then at number 4,
Creed
Creed
3.
3.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna have to copy that list. Exactly. I think that's
Yeah.
exactly the strongest points of the franchise.
That's totally fair. Because it was hard for me to look at 4 and 3 of Rocky because I love those films. I love them. They're enjoyable.
they're
But at the
fun.
same time, it's like
They're fun, but they have their issues.
everything
of
after
course.
Rocky 4 on this list is pure drama. And
Yeah.
that hits home way harder for me personally. So, yeah. But Rocky 4 and 3, they have fucking Survivor, man. Some of the best soundtracks you're ever going to hear from the 80s.
And just the montage in Rocky 4 is the best.
Yeah, it is.
It's the best.
Which is another thing to address about Creed 3, which is one of my gripes, is the training montage in Creed
Ooh,
3
yeah.
is a little bit okay.
It's not. They weren't going the Rocky route of like, oh, it gets grander every time.
Mm-hmm.
This one is quite simple. It's not bad.
No, yeah.
It's just
It's okay.
predictable. It's
Yeah.
pretty basic. The one thing I did like though was at the end of him running up the Hollywood mountain into
That was nice.
the Hollywood sign. It's
Yeah.
like, it's
Very LA.
it's like poetry.
based.
They rhyme.
They rhyme. Gave me Rocky 4 vibes instead.
Yeah.
But Rocky climbed a fucking mountain. Dude, he climbed the Rocky Mountains. No, he didn't. That's insane. He would probably die.
He would probably.
But I get where you're coming from with the Creed 3, because in the Creed montage, the first one, that one was fucking
That was
amped
really good.
in Philadelphia, and the fucking what is it, motorbikes?
Yeah, and they're all
shit.
following him to the gym.
It's like they're all and then Creed 2, I like the desert environment because I don't know if they said it in the movie or a deleted scene, because I'll be honest, I watched the deleted scenes of Creed 2 as well. But remember Spider Rico, the first fighter?
of course.
So in Creed 2, they had a deleted scene where Stallone goes to his funeral because Spider Rico passes away, and he's like, when I used to train with him and talk to him, he said he trained in the desert because the heat would kill him so badly and that the fight would feel like nothing in comparison. So he took that and trained Adonis with it.
And they don't put that in the movie.
Nope. That was actually a good deleted scene, but I
What
feel
a
like
good piece of little context
yeah,
as to why they're training in the fucking desert.
it's so funny.
That's
that,
a weird one that got cut.
Yeah, but it's so funny how the Creed deleted scenes, both the first one and the second one, dude, these deleted scenes have more drama than most fucking movies coming out on streaming.
Man, I haven't seen any of those.
I'm gonna send you a few, because even the first
Yeah.
Creed, you get deleted scenes of Stallone like looking at pictures of his son and like just being alone in his house and like wondering like, what am I doing with my life? He like goes outside in the snow.
You showed me that great one from Rocky Balboa with Paulie.
Oh, fuck.
Holy.
That-
had me tearing up.
Yeah, no.
That one's a real shame that it got cut.
Yeah, that one was tough. Josh and I, we talked about that delete scene, whether it should have been added or not, because it's like, it's so fucking hard hitting that it's like, man, you just feel like shit when that scene ends, or you kind of feel a little
Yeah.
happy. But regardless, the Rocky franchise is known for perfect deleted scenes, which is ironic coming.
So ironic.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. So, Creed 4. Do you want it? Should it end here? Can they top Creed 3? Like, movie was just so good.
Okay, after seeing Creed 3, here is my theory on
Okay,
Creed 4.
let's go.
Because I'm still going. I'm still coming back.
Let's go.
So, Stallone, they're bringing him back. They're bringing him back. They are not going to kill him. For the love of God, do not kill Rocky, or else
No! God, please, no! No!
Exactly.
No! No!
How long did that go? Okay.
It's a long one. Do not kill Stallone.
No.
I feel like
I
they
will
could,
be mad. I'll
yeah.
be mad. There's no way they can do it that I won't be mad.
It's not even being mad. It's me being broken.
Yeah,
It'd
I
be
don't
like
wanna see it.
I would be on the ground.
Yeah.
I can't watch that film.
I don't want to see him die.
So you bring back Stallone. He's somewhat of a trainer. Adonis talks to his family, and they kind of make a great farewell with his family and Stallone's family, Rocky's family, and it's like, oh, it's a nice little like get together. And the fighter would be more or less a trainer, like Adonis is going to be the trainer. Remember Rocky 5? He's going to try to train and be like, oh, I'm thinking of training. What do you think, Rock? He's like, I don't know, because you were a great fighter, but there were other people that I tried. And then he could mention Tommy Gunn and be like, I tried with him and everything changed, you know? And then you do that, and it's like the trainer versus the trainee fighting in the match, while also Adonis dealing with his health problems. Because they kind of address it in Creed 3.
Yeah.
So that's my theory on what they're going to do with Creed 4, personally.
I like it.
Yeah.
But do you think it could top Creed 3?
Michael B. Jordan's going to try, man. And that's what I want to see.
I think I'll say this: the franchise is in great hands, man.
Yeah.
Michael B. Jordan killed this without the crutch of Stallone. He still made an excellent film.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful.
Let's get your rating out of 10.
You could give me the rating ranking now? God damn!
Let's get your rating out of 10 before we get out of here.
See, here's the thing. With Rocky, that's a 5 out of 5. All the rest of the franchise, I'm putting a little bit lower because of how stone cold it is.
Yeah.
So if Creed gets like a 8 or 9 out of 10, I'm probably giving this like a 7 or 8 out of 10, Creed 3.
I can't give this movie a 7 out of 10. It's too fucking good.
Too fucking good. What are you giving it?
I'm going to give it a... Oh, man. It's true, because you kind of have to compare them to the other ones.
That's
right?
what I
That's
mean.
the tricky part.
It's so fucking hard.
I'm going to give this one an 8.5 out of 10. What an excellent film.
Booyah.
That's my ranking.
Fucking A.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Real Talk Podcast. Let us know what you thought about Creed 3. And if you haven't seen it yet, go see it at Landmark Cinemas if you're in Canada.
Fucking A, man. Try to find one.
Yeah, try to find one. Thanks for watching this episode. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, let us know what you think about the film, and leave us a sub while you at it. We're
Yeah.
almost at 300. Take care. Brush your hair. I'm out.
Oh, shit. Peace out, y'all.